Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead. Well, aren't you the cat that got the cream? Of all the readings that I've done thus far, probably looks most joyous and exciting, particularly as we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, the beginning of your reading. Partly this is a theme that I've been saying to a lot of star signs. There's lots to be thankful for. There's lots to be grateful for. There's real abundance within your life at the moment. So really recognizing all those things that you've achieved and accomplished. Again, looking for the luxury within the finer things. So obviously you'll have to weigh up your bank balance for this, but if it's a choice between going for the kind of standard option or that option with a little bit more refinement, I would always go for the second this week. Because it really does feel that it's a time for celebration, it's a time to luxuriate. So much of our year is probably spent in being quite sensible, having to perhaps watch the pennies at times, or take the sensible course. Now, that doesn't mean throw out that all out of the window, throw out baby with bathwater and be reckless by any means, but there is also a need here to celebrate, to, the first thing that they would do when they would harvest the wheat was have a festival, have the harvest festival, celebrate the abundance that life, the universe, God, however you want to describe it, has brought into life. If we enter into the end of the year just flopping and just being kind of exhausted, and yes, that's part of it, but forgetting to offer thanks, offer gratitude, and recognize all of those wonderful things, however challenging the year has been, but all of those lessons that we've learned, all the people that we've met, all the experiences that we've had, all that we have to show for it. Now, that isn't so much of what we attribute abundance with is money in the bank account, and it doesn't have to be that. With these things of, do you choose the standard option or choose the refined option? That doesn't have to be that you're paying £50 instead of £500 by any means. It could just indicate going slightly that extra mile, just going, do you know what? I'm really going to make this an occasion to celebrate. I'm really going to just take this the extra mile, really, because I feel that that's really invaluable. That's not only for yourself, but those that are around you. We can get so caught up in all the responsibilities, all the tasks, all the targets, all the goals that we're trying to meet. There was a friend of mine who he worked as a freelancer, and he'd have to do lots of pitches for jobs, and he would always celebrate doing the pitch. He would never celebrate whether he got the job or not, because he was saying that actually I want to recognize and identify the effort that I put in, rather than place that on external influences and only celebrate when things go my way. And this seems such a big theme. But you're likely to have in this week and towards the end of the year a sense of a balance, a sense of security, a sense of those seeds that you had planted either at the beginning of the year or even longer before really coming to fruition in abundance. This is what the Ten of Pentacles represents. It is the lowest point on the tree of life. It is Malkuth. It is that low-hanging fruit that we are able to grab and take hold of. So this is why I'm saying you've really got the cream this week, the creme de la creme of tarot readings and tarot spreads. It feels great. There may very well be, and it's so interesting, the overlap. You've got three cards that are the same, I believe in the same position as Gemini, your other air sign. So it may very well be worth listening to that reading. But you've got the High Priestess and the Two of Wands. It's interesting, the difference here compared to Gemini. Gemini felt a little bit like weighing up options that were not necessarily heavy, but they had a sense of seriousness about it, or they had a gravitas, and some of these decisions being about doing the wrong or right, seemingly the right thing. That doesn't necessarily apply here. It's more looking, because you've only got the Two of Wands, it's weighing up options and potentials and choosing the better. It's about honoring yourself. It's about actually I don't ever really like using this word deserve. But let's just use it to shortcut because I can't find a better word. But it's like you deserve the best in life. We all do. But if there has been a choice between should I take this road or this road, do I choose this one or that one? Well, ultimately think, well, what feels best for me? What feels right for me? And sometimes that is the more humble option. It doesn't always have to be seemingly the most glitzy and the most glamorous. Sometimes we make choices because they preserve our energy. They're less demanding, or that's what we need at this particular time. So this isn't, as I say, about glitz, glamour, the shiniest, brightest thing. Very often the grass is greener, right? But as we see the Two of Wands, he's got the globe in his hand and he's figuring it out. Very much linked with the High Priestess because you've got the two towers. She's ruled by the number 2, so it's all around duality. But this duality of this is good, I want better. That's a nice position to be in, right? Normally, we're just trying to find the kind of the most suitable out of necessity. But if we are able to go, I do like this, but I want it even better, that's great. So whether that's things to reflect on this week of what's the fine tuning that I could perhaps do in my life. Sometimes the good is the enemy of the great. So this is a reminder, don't rest on your laurels. Don't just rest easy. Don't just assume, this will do. Do I need to actually progress any further? Again, there's a bit of a trapping of the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. This is a very comfortable place to be. This is a very nice place to be. But it's very easy to get stuck there or assume that that's what, quote unquote, life's about. There are questions here of what, and perhaps particularly on a self, what self-improvement can I do? How can I hold myself to a higher regard and a higher esteem? And how am I going to achieve that? Similarly, as Gemini, you have the Knight of Wands. I did give the cards a really good shuffle beforehand, so I'm trusting that what has come out has come out. I wasn't being lazy, it's my shuffling. But you've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you may feel at particular times these dreams, some of these aspirations, these wanting to better yourself, it may fall at the first hurdle. Don't let that dissuade you. Don't let that discourage you. It's actually quite a different message from that I gave Gemini. But yeah, there's just a feeling of I've got these plans, I've got these ambitions. This is really exciting. I'm going to do this, and then the first moment that you try and collapse, it doesn't mean that it's not working. Maybe it's just a bit of a test. It's a test of your steel and metal, and a test of your resilience about moving forward. Again, with the Two of Wands in the castle, the Two of Wands is just at the moment where he turns into the Knight of Wands. So he's in his castle, he's weighing up the options, he's looking out the land and then wanting to charge out. Therefore, you might feel a little bit stuck this week. You might feel a bit restricted. Whether things feel a bit claustrophobic or a little bit. And again, some of these enthusiasm and excitements, often in times of rest, we get our greatest inspirations and we can't wait to get on with them. We can't wait to do them. And just reminding yourself that will come. Have a bit of patience. We don't have to press the start button right this second. Don't allow this weighing up of energies, this weighing up of possibilities, distract you from moving into this place where it's just actually luxuriate, enjoy in all of the work that you have done thus far. Ultimately, just have a great time. That's all any of us really need to do. And I'm giving you strict permission here at Libra to do just that. If you want a more rounded reading, I'd highly recommend that you go and look at your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign. And anything else I need to say? No, other than have an amazing, amazing festive break. And I will see you next week. Bye for now.